Okay, just for a moment, seriously, stop what you're doing, look at your hands. I mean, really look at them. Feel your breath moving in and out, that quiet, steady rhythm of your own heart. Now, I want you to ask yourself a question. It might feel a little out there at first, but just go with me on this one.
Why this one? Why this exact body, with all its little quirks and features? Why this family, this place, this story, and not a million others? The idea we're going to explore today is that somewhere, in a time before time, a huge decision was made. Your soul, that eternal part of you, chose to live inside this specific body.
And that's the whole game right there. That's the core idea we're going to unpack. This isn't about luck or chance or some random roll of the cosmic dice. Nope. The idea is that this was a conscious, deliberate, and incredibly wise choice. So that begs the question, right? Why? What on earth could be the hidden purpose behind our own biology?
All right, so let's dive in. We're going to go on a little journey together, and here's our roadmap. First up, we'll talk about this big idea of the soul's sacred choice. Then we'll see how this isn't a new idea at all, but one that pops up in ancient wisdom all over the world. After that, things get really practical. We'll get into decoding the map your body is holding, then activating your own inner potential, and finally, how to really live in this amazing temple you call your body.
So, let's kick things off with part one, this soul's sacred choice. This is really the bedrock for everything else we're going to talk about. It's this idea that you being here, in this body, is part of a sacred agreement you made with yourself a long, long time ago.
So there's a term for this. Some traditions call it the sacred contract, and it is such a powerful way to look at things. It's the idea that your soul chose your body, with all its strengths, its weaknesses, its unique looks, because it was the absolute perfect vehicle to learn the lessons it needed for its own growth. Now, here's what I think is so cool about this. This isn't some brand new, trendy concept. Not at all. As we're about to see, this idea has been echoing through some of the oldest mystical traditions on the planet for thousands of years.
Just take a look at some of these. In ancient Egypt, the soul was seen as this eternal traveler, and the body was the custom tool it picked for its next big adventure. If we jump over to Hindu and Buddhist traditions, the body is what allows us to balance our karma and live out our dharma, our true purpose. The Taoists had this beautiful poetic way of seeing it. They saw the body as a musical score, written by the soul to play a one-of-a-kind melody. And in Kabbalah, the idea is that the soul is shown its life's mission and then it says, yes, I'll take that body to get it done.
So you see the common thread, right? The big takeaway from all these ancient schools of thought is this. Your body is not a prison you're trapped in. It's a custom-built vehicle, designed with incredible precision for the exact journey your soul wanted to take. And when you really, truly let that sink in, oh man, it changes everything.
Okay, so that leads us right into part 3, decoding your body's map. We've talked about the why, so now let's get into the how. Because if your body really is a vehicle for a grand journey, and you better believe it came with a map, it's about time we learned how to read it.
The idea here is that every single thing about you, every trait, every tendency, every biological quirk, it's all a symbol. It's a coded message pointing you towards the lessons and the gifts you came here to master. So, for the next few slides, we're going to play detective and look for 4 of the biggest clues your soul left for you.
All right, clue number 1 is your physical constitution, your basic build. Think of it this way. In traditions like Chinese medicine or Ayurveda, this is like the very soil that your soul decided to plant itself in for this lifetime. It's the foundational energy you're working with.
So let's think about that. On the one hand, you've got a body that's maybe more robust and strong. Well, your soul probably chose that for an experience that requires a ton of stability and resilience. The lesson there is often about learning patience and letting go of that need to control everything. But then on the other side, if your body is lighter, more flexible, your lessons might be more about creativity and emotional flow, with the big challenge being to learn how to ground all that amazing energy.
Clue number 2 is hidden in your organs. According to Taoist wisdom, each of our organs is like an energetic hub for specific emotions and virtues. So if you've had nagging issues with one particular organ your whole life, well, guess what? That is probably not a coincidence. It's like a big flashing neon sign from your soul.
Let's look at this chart for a couple examples. The heart, for instance, is said to process joy, but also impatience, and its hidden strength is compassion. The lungs deal with sadness, and their job is to help you develop courage and acceptance. The kidneys, they manage fear, but they're also seen as the very seat of your willpower. It's like your body is speaking its own language, and we're just learning the vocabulary.
Okay, clue number 3 is literally written all over you, on your hands and your face. Now, ancient arts like palmistry and looking at facial features weren't just about telling the future. They were seen as ways to read the energetic signature of the soul. For example, maybe wide hands with short fingers point to a practical person who's here to learn about precision, or an angular face could point to a soul on a path of leadership. These features in this way of thinking are your soul's unique fingerprints.
And finally, our fourth and maybe most powerful clue, your emotional home base. You know what I mean, right? That one emotion that seems to pop up for you more than any other, whether it's frustration or sadness or anxiety. Well, those aren't random. They are the energetic voice of your body, basically translating your soul's curriculum into feelings you can actually work with. They're screaming, hey, pay attention. This right here, this is your work.
So, we've learned how to read the map. But as you can see in part 4, reading it is just the beginning. The real magic, the real alchemy, happens when you don't just decipher the symbols. You learn how to activate them.
I mean, a map is pretty useless if you just stare at it, right? You have to actually go on the journey. Your soul didn't pick this body just so it could be analyzed from a distance. It picked it so it could be worked with, so you could polish its energies and turn what feels like a limitation into a powerful virtue. And you got to remember this. Every single physical weakness holds a hidden, dormant strength.
So how do we actually do this? How do we activate the map? Let's walk through these 4 ways. Number 1, conscious breathing to the Tantien. That's this amazing energy center just below your navel. It's like your body's battery pack. 2, gentle organ self-massage, to literally connect with them and wake up their inner wisdom. 3, compassionate observation of your emotions, just watching them come and go without judging them. And 4, the deliberate activation of your dormant talents, the gifts that are waiting just beneath the surface.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? This is the core shift in thinking we're talking about. Your body is a temple, not a prison. It's an instrument for your healing, not an obstacle in your way. And it's time we all started treating it like one.
And that brings us to our final and maybe the most important section of all, living in your temple. This is all about taking this amazing understanding and weaving it into the fabric of your day-to-day life. It's about turning knowledge into real lived wisdom.
Look, real transformation always happens in the small, consistent things you do every day. Here are 5 simple habits you could try. First, just start or end your day with a minute of silently listening to your body. That's it. Second, a few times during the day, take a few deep breaths down into that energetic center, the Tantien. Third, start to align your food and exercise with your body's natural constitution. Fourth, before you fall asleep, do a quick mental scan of your body and just say thanks. And fifth, once a week, do something that lets your body express its natural gifts.
And that is the ultimate point of all of this. The goal of this kind of path isn't to escape your body or float off into the cosmos. It's to inhabit your body so fully, so consciously, that it becomes a crystal clear channel for the light and wisdom of your soul. Your soul didn't come here to run away from matter. It came here to light it up. So maybe today, the next time you look at your hands or catch your reflection or just feel your own breath, maybe you'll see it all with new eyes. Not just a body, but a sacred map, a story written just for you. The map is in your hands now. The only question left is, where are you going to let it guide you?